Hello friends, so I'm back again. So today we will see a very interesting binary trees problem, which is binary tree right side view. But using this approach, you can solve many other problems. For example, left side view, or finding leftmost child of all the levels of a binary, or you can find average of all the elements in a level. So there can be many problems which can be solved using this algorithm which I am going to show you. It's basically level order traversal. It's a kind of BFS only. And if you have watched my earlier video, I have shown how to do BFS on a graph. It will be like similar to that approach. uh, okay, and this problem is finding the right side view of the binary tree. So what does it mean? If you are standing at the right side and then what nodes will you see? So you will see this node, you will see this node, you will see this node, and you will see this node. So you have to print this right side view. And once you know how to approach any level order traversal problem, you will be able to solve this question, as well as it will be pretty similar to know if somebody asked you to print the left side view. So in that example, you just have to print these nodes. And you can just imagine yourself in the left side or right side. It is always easier to visualize what the problem is. So if you think you are at the right side, it means then you will be only able to see the nodes which are the rightmost nodes in all levels. So if you ask, like, the basic algorithm is you traverse the tree level by level, like this, like this, like this, and like this, and just print down all the rightmost nodes of that level. So for example, here it is 1, in this level it is 3, in this level it is 6, and in this level it is 8. So that is our main intention to do here. Okay, so how do you know which algorithm you need to use on these type of problem? It comes first thing with the practice. Second, before solving any problem, try to think what question is actually asking you to do. Just don't memorize anything. uh, just try to think what are the ways which we can solve it easily. And there can be multiple ways, so don't worry if you come out with some other approach what I am doing now. But yeah, just make sure your time complexity and space complexity is within range. They are not like in exponential ranges, so that part you have to make sure. But these are the problem. Once you start doing these problems, you will be able to easily see which problem could be solved in from which algorithm. Let's see how to approach this problem. We will be using BFS approach to solve this problem. Why BFS? Because if you see, you have to print values from level by level. Okay, so first we have to print right side value of this level, then right side value of this level, then right side value of this level, then right side value of finally this level. So it means we are going level by level. So we will be using BFS approach over here. And BFS approach uses a queue. And yeah, first thing you have to use the queue. And what this queue will be used? This queue will store the values level by level. So during first iteration, this queue will have value 1. So if you see at level 1, we have, so if you see at level 1, we have value 1. So this queue will contain 1. And once this iteration is done and we are moved to level 2, this queue will contain 2 and 3. So this is the use of the queue. So we will iterate through the tree in such a way that each level will be stored in a queue and then it will be processed. So once this level 2 is processed, 2 and 3 will be gone, and then again uh, queue will contain all the level 3 nodes. So it will contain 4, 5, 6, and after this the queue will contain 7, 8. And once you know that each level queue is containing some values, and if you have been asked to create right side view, you just have to take, yeah, you guessed it right, just last element in that queue. So here you will take the last element, it will be 1. In this level it will be 3, in this level it will be 6, and at this level it will be 8. So your final answer will be 1, 3, 6, 8. Okay, now let's directly go to the problem. I hope you got the idea. So it's a BFS algorithm. We will be going level by level. So for example, here you see the problem is given a binary tree. Imagine yourself standing on the right side of it. Return the values of the nodes you can see ordered from top to bottom. So as we already discussed, so we are looking from this side. So we have to just return all the rightmost elements at all the levels. So here the answer is an list, and we are returning 134. So let's start doing this. So first thing, we will have our result list, where we will be putting all the right side values. So let me call it as a result. You can name it anything you want. New array list, so it will be an array list. And then I need a queue, so I will create a queue, and this queue will be of tree nodes, and I will name it as a queue. And you can check like if that root is empty, right? If root is equal to null, so then you don't need to do any processing. You can simply return result. And if this is not the case, you need to initialize the queue. So queue dot add root, so we'll add the root element in the queue. Then we just have to iterate until this queue is not empty. Queue dot is empty. Okay, so we are looping until queue is not empty. And first thing we'll do, we'll find out the queue size, so that we know at each level how many elements or how many nodes are present. And it will be basically queue dot size property will tell us this thing. So for example, if we are at this level, so initially queue size will be 1, and when we are done with first level, we are at the second level, the queue size will come as 2. And even at third level, here queue size will come as 2. So this queue size will contain that value. And after that, you have to loop through each element. Int I is equal to 0, I less than queue size, because it's a 0 base index, and I plus plus. And then you have to take the value whatever is in the queue first. So for example, when we are iterating first time, then queue will just contain 1. So I need a temp variable, so I will take a tree node, and I will call it as current node. It will be queue dot poll. Now I have 1 over here, and then I need to push 2 and 3 in the to the queue. So what I can do, I first need to check whether left side is null or not, because there is no use of pushing null child to queue. So I will check if cn dot left not equals null. Not equals null. If it is not null, then we can simply queue dot add cn dot left. Same way, if it has right child, so it means if cn that right not equals null, I will push it queue dot add cn dot right. Okay, so this code will make sure at each level we are adding all the elements of the current level of all the nodes in the queue. It seems confusing, but if you walk it through with this code, it is like initially you had 1, so this temp current node had 1, and then we were checking if it is, does it has a right child and left child. So if left child is not empty, it means if left child is present. So for one left child is present, so it will push it to queue. So now queue will contain 2, and you see here we have already removed the first element of the queue, so 1 is not there in the queue. So we just with this check, we have pushed 2 into the queue. Now we are checking if the current node dot right not equal to null. So yes, current node dot right not equals null. So again we are adding queue this element into queue dot add cn dot right. So now queue will have 2 and 3, and next time when it will run, this queue size will come as 2, and this for loop will run from I is equals 0, I less than queue size, so I less than 2, so 0 and 1, so it will run 2 times. So it means it will process both of the child, and for both of these child, these 2 checks will be done. Okay, so when it is processing for this child, it will check is is cn dot left not equal to null. So for this child, cn dot left is equal to null, so it will not add anything into the queue. And for this node, the right child is not empty, so this will be added. So once this is processed, we will have 5 because of this node, and we'll have 4 because of this node, because this for loop will run again for next child, and this same will be repeated until that queue is empty. Now where do we put our logic where we need to update this result variable, which means it all the rightmost element? And if I give you an array and ask you what is the rightmost element of that array, so you can simply say, you can take the length of the array, so last element of that array is the rightmost element. So for example, if array length is 3, so array of index 2 is the last element. So same way we'll do it here. So before adding anything to our result list, we will check. So what we will check, we need to check if I equals queue size minus 1, because it's a 0 base index, so we have to subtract 1. If this is the case, it means for first case we are checking if I equals 1 minus 1 0. So because there is only one element which will be running for I equals 0, so I will be 0 and queue size minus 1 will equal to 0, and in that case we have to add. So result dot add current node dot value. Okay, so I just have to do it after this line, because I have to first get this current node from the queue. So this will be done, and that's it, right? So next time when it will run for here, so queue size will be 2, and then I will be checking if I equals 2 minus 1 1, so it will be like for this element, so for I equals 1, and for here it will be again this last element will be added, because we are taking the last element of that queue size. Once it is all done, we can simply, if I have written everything right, we can simply return result, and let's see if there is any mistake. Okay, so it is accepted. Let's submit it, and it is submitted. Fine. Okay, so that's it. So for example, if you are asked now to check the left side of the tree, so what do you need to do? You just need for left side, it means you will be taking the first element from all the levels, right? So if I equals 0, so that is the only change. So if I equals 0, you will add result dot add, and once you run it, you will find 1 2 5. So because 1 2 5, it's the left side view. I think there are other questions in LeetCode which you can try. So for example, zigzag level order traversal. So I would hope if any one of you try that problem, it is similar to this problem. I could have solved that problem too, but I just wanted to show you first the algorithm first. So go ahead and see this logic, and then just close this video and write it your own logic. And once you are successful, try to think about zigzag level order traversal of binary tree. Okay, so let's discuss time and space complexity of this problem. So time complexity is because of this loop which we are running, and it will be run for all the elements of the tree, because this queue is getting added with all the nodes here. So if there are n nodes in a tree, the time complexity would be order of n. And space complexity is because of this result or because of this queue. So if we ignore the result variable, and if we just take this queue, the space complexity will be the maximum nodes which this queue can contain. And as we know, this queue stores elements, all the elements at level. So for this level there will be only one element, for this level there will be elements 2 and 3, and for this level also in this problem there will be elements 5 and 4. So at a time this queue can have elements from a level. So you can say order of w, where w is the width of a binary tree. So that's it, friends. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to this channel. I will be keep on posting new problems. So I have done some graph problems. Now I am going to do some trees problem. Then I'm thinking to start some dynamic programming problems. And bye for now. Thank you. Thanks for watching.